Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
In the studios today, we are joined by three young lady entrepreneurs from the northeast of India, Purba Barua, Desiree Diengdoh and Barsha Sharma. And they are in our studios today as they just underwent a training which was organized by the National Institution for Transforming India, the Niti Aayog, and this program was called Maitri to develop homestays in different parts of the northeast of the country. Purba, Desiree and Barsha, welcome to the studios of Akashvani, and we would like to know from each one of you about your experience in this wonderful training program that was organized by the Niti Aayog.
I am Purba Barua and I am from Guwahati, Assam. I am here because I run a homestay with my mother in our hometown itself, Guwahati. We have been doing it since the last 3-4 years, and here today I am here today as part of the Women Entrepreneurship Program, which was organized by the Niti Aayog. It's day 5 of the program, and to say the least, it has been very inspiring because I feel like there has been so little acknowledgement of women-run businesses, especially smaller businesses, that to be given this space and platform to be here, to learn about things, to share our experiences with all the other lovely women, it has indeed been a pleasure.
Right, and what about you, Barsha?
Hi, I'm Barsha from Sikkim, and I run a property named Nolina Boutique Homestay. I've been running since last 2 years. So till date, the property has been a wonderful experience for me, and it has been a learning experience while running a property for everything. And since getting this opportunity to come to Delhi, getting trained from an ITC experts, they have been training us how the 5-star hotel has been running and what are the small things that they follow, which we also can implement in our property and can make it into a bigger scales. So that has been a wonderful experience and a learning thing for me. Of course, looking forward to make a small property into a larger scale, and this has given me a platform to make it into a bigger scale. Now I'm really interested, rejuvenated and excited to in fact go back to the property and fix the things that I have been not doing it right. So, and
what about your experience?
Hi, my name is Desiree Diengdoh. I'm from Meghalaya. I run a homestay called Stay a While in Cherrapunji, the wettest place on earth. I'm very humble and glad to have been a part of this competition, which is hosted by Niti Aayog in collaboration with MMT and ITC hotels. And to take back or add on to what they've said, this has been a huge opportunity for us in learning and being educated on all the aspects which really goes into running a small business, not just basically on the shop floor, but some aspects like social media, branding, the licenses required, even the hospitality factor, which has been well put by the ITC hotels, and everything and so on and so forth.
It's interesting to note what all three of you said. If memory serves me correctly, in India, the first kind of homestays that we had was the bed and breakfast ones, which we saw, and it became quite popular here in this capital city of India during the 2010 Commonwealth Games. And slowly it took off from there, and today of course it's a growing business because there are travelers who would prefer to indulge in things that is very local. So homestays in India gives a big push to our vocal for local scheme also. And then staying in a branded property like a hotel, it's quite kind of impersonal. And if you could tell from your own perspective, each one of you, that what are the little things that, like you are running a homestay in Assam, you are in Sikkim, you are in Meghalaya. What are the little add-ons that you give in your properties to make your property unique or make the guest more welcome? Little things that if you can share with our listeners.
Sure. So the first thing is, I think, food, which is really important in creating an overall experience for the guests. So we make sure that when we are serving them breakfast, we include something local, something that is grown locally. So that's how we empower them. And secondly, when guests come in there, then they be like, what can we do throughout the whole day? Can you suggest us activities that we can go? Then we'll direct them towards local activities, like go do a ride in the Brahmaputra, go explore the local markets, explore the local fabrics. So yeah, that's how we kind of incorporate the local in our businesses as well.
Right. And Sikkim also, you know, it's a kind of tourist place which is very clean. First of all, it's very green, very clean, and from what I've heard is that you know, plastics is banned. So what are the uniqueness of your properties in Sikkim?
Sikkim has been tagged as an organic state.
Yes.
So that has been an advantage to me as running a property. And we have a small kitchen garden, we have a small chicken farms. That is not something new that I added to the property. That was always there because we live in a rural area, so it was always there. So it's not something new. It's just that now when I started the property as a homestay, that has been kind of a uniqueness to the guests coming from the city, because they get involved in an agricultural activities. I just said to my guests, like, if would you like to join for some gardening activity?
Yes.
And they do. And I tell my even guests to, would you like, if you are interested, come join. We have a turkey at home, we have an American silky chicken, different kind of chicken it is. So you want to get some egg from the chicken farm? They do. So, and just collecting from the chicken farm directly and cooking and serving it to them has been a wonderful experience.
There's
from
a new
them.
way of from farm to table.
Farm to table it is,
experience,
yes.
yeah.
And from a small cherry tomato is very famous.
Yes.
Cherry tomato, it just be lying in the farm, which before I never considered it to be a nutritional value so high. Now when I realized it, when I served to the guests with that small cherry tomato, so they like it, they love it. So that has been something unique thing.
Right. And what about you in Sora, which is, of course, as you mentioned, the wettest place in India, but very beautiful also. So what are the uniqueness? One is, of course, it's a very wet place. I think it rains more than 250 days per year, if I'm not wrong, or maybe more.
An average.
And then, of course, what you also have some kind of little farm and other kind of things in your homestay?
We don't have a farm within our property per se, but we do like to indulge our guests, you know, in the local sightseeing. And if the guests actually prefer like the home cooked food, which you mentioned briefly, some guests do come to our place specifically and request us to make the local delicacy and everything, and we are more than ready to make that for them. We are proud of actually showcasing our cuisine, the local cuisine, to the guests. And talking about rain, some guests particularly do travel all the way to Cherrapunji just to see the rain. And yeah, so whatever you know, the guests who comes to stay with us, we are situated in a more residential area in the rural hub of the, you know, village, and the guests actually really you know, enthralled to see what actually goes on in the village life of this renowned place. And they actually go back with very good fond memories, especially in the waterfalls and the greenery and everything, as you mentioned. In
Right.
similar.
Also, I'd like to know from you, how did this homestay business kind of, you know, dawn upon you?
I would say it all started after COVID, actually.
Okay.
So I was studying outside of my home state before that, and then with COVID, I was at home for a longer period of time. My family was there, my mom was there, and you know, this whole mindset of you only leave once after COVID.
True.
It just set in, and then we already had a floor just right above our residence, which was empty. So and then there was this drive, and spending time with my mom at that moment. She's already good at this housekeeping, hospitality stuff, and just talking with her, and it kind of dawned on us that it's right there. We just have all that we need. All we'd have to do is just put in our work.
So you mean to say on a particular floor you started from the scratch? Like decorating,
Yes.
getting in the furniture
Yes,
and
yes,
kind of things.
yes.
So can you elaborate on that, please?
Okay, so we have our rooms, right? We live in the first floor, and our properties which are given for homestays in the floor right above us. So it was just still lying bare, like till COVID. And then when we kind of started thinking about, what could be done with it, it's there, we should put it to good use. Then the kind of idea about homestays struck us, because we as a family also used to like to travel a lot, and then we have had lovely experiences with homestays. So it kind of dawned on us that we also can do this really well. It's all there. And then started the process of decorating it, and to say it's almost mostly done just being self-sufficient in ourselves. Like it's just me, my mother, and then bringing in our other family members whenever needed. So she was really good at all. She's interested and good at interior designing, and so that's how it all started.
Well, running a homestay, you have to take care of every need of the guest, that is from food to, as you mentioned, maybe arranging sightseeing for them or local shopping. So what are the kind of chores that you do, like from the kitchen to managing everything? You all do yourselves, or you also, have people helping you with that?
So, we have broken it down. Like I look after one part, like I am the first person in contact, so I'll be calling up the guests, talking to them before the check-in part, like what time they will be coming in, what special requirements do they need. Then I'll pass it on to my mom, who will do like the execution part of it, and she has a team to help her with the cleaning and all of this, right? Me and my mom will be there the whole time, to be talking to the guests, to be personally, go and talk with them. So we'll be there the whole time. But we also have a small team who helps in the cleaning, cooking. That's it.
Right. And what about cuisine? Because Assam is known for its cuisine. So do you serve any kind of food that the customer requests, or you also make it a point to, at least during their stay of maybe 3 days, 4 days, have a pakka Ahomia meal once?
Right. We do have the option of giving them a local proper Assamese meal, but that's not, but we do ask them that, would you like to have this? So that's like decided before they come in, would you like to avail this? So we do have it in place, but it also just depends on what the guests want.
And the cooking is done at your property itself.
Yes,
nothing is
nothing outside. It just happens like in a very self-sufficient nature within the premises.
Right. And Barsha, what is your take on that?
Sir, how I started, if I have to say, I think initially the state government was driving this massive drive that, the homestay has to come up, and then you have to be a self-sufficient thing. So luckily I was the one to get a 2-room property provided by the government that point of time. I think it was 2013, if I'm not wrong. So with the 2-room property, a cottage that I got from the government, that started with that. And plus on top of that, we have this old traditional home, ancestral property. So the guests started liking it. Guests started coming, and they wanted to be with the family inside, be with the family, and they wanted to see the culture and how we live, everything and all. So that's how I started.
So you mean to say now you're having 2 properties or more?
I don't have 2 properties. It just linked up. It's just that I added 4 more rooms extra. So now I have total of 6 rooms together.
Okay. And this is located in the capital, Gangtok, or you're outside?
I am situated in Namchi, that is South Sikkim.
Okay.
South Sikkim.
So if someone were to go from Delhi, what would be the route to reach your homestay?
So the nearest airport is Bagdogra, or we have this Pakyong airport as well. From there we have to take a cab or a bus, anything, whichever suitable. From there it takes 2 to 3 hours drive.
From Pakyong?
From Pakyong also, yes, it takes 2 to 3 hours, and even from the Bagdogra it takes 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
3 hours drive. So yes, then you'll be reaching there to the property.
Now you also tell us, like Purba also said, that what are the like they have their own family involved, and then some help also is taken from outside. So how do you manage your property?
My entire family stays in the same property.
Okay.
So of course I have been taking care of everything now, like from starting from the bookings to cooking to cleaning and everything. Of course I have a helper with me, so I've assigned the work differently, but it has come to the point where there's nobody and I have to do everything.
Great.
Everything also, and I think that taught me so many things. Now I can just go check inside the room and I can see the difference because I've done it myself with my hand. So that has been helpful because I did it with my hand personally, so I can just tell this is wrong, this is right. So yes, that's how it's been going.
And your experience?
So yeah, we had an ancestral land in Cherrapunji, and I had actually briefly worked in the hospitality sector, and it's just before COVID that we had planned to actually set up a homestay for budgeted travelers who are actually looking specifically for that segment. So COVID happened and it got delayed. So after COVID, then we started the business, started running with it, and yeah, so far it's been going quite at a decent pace for us, and good business for us, and as well as good memories for the guests who come to stay with us.
One important factor that I'd like to know from you is that how have been the government approvals or sanctions that are required to get a homestay certification or license, whatever it is known as. So what has been your experience and how is it done, if you could mention about your respective states?
Yeah, we do have to look into certain registrations and licenses that starts even before registering yourself as a homestay. It starts from the construction itself.
Okay.
So yeah, there are a few processes that you have to go through. The list is long. You need a lot of tick marks from the government, like pollution, like rainwater harvesting. So the list is long. It takes quite a few time. But with it being online, with the whole thing being digital, it has been a little easier on us. You can just sit at home and make sure that you get it all done. Having said this, a lot of outside help is also now with the homestay business growing. I think there has been a lot of schemes that has been targeted towards this from the government itself. So yeah, there has been support from the government.
Right. And your experience also?
I think the government has been very supportive for
in your case, it was the government who
initiated
themselves gave you 2 rooms
structures,
to start off.
exactly.
Yeah.
So government has been very supportive, and till date, for anything I need, the government is there, the tourism department is there. They'll be very supportive, and for the license wise and all, we have some criteria to be fulfilled. We have some license renewed and all. Fire has to be placed because that comes under the safety things.
True.
That and all are there. We have to renew it yearly, but other than that, I think the government has been very supportive towards the homestays or any of the entrepreneurial thing that we come up with.
Yeah, so whatever they said is the same thing aspect for us, especially with the schemes from the central government, PMEGP. We've received a lot of help from that, as well as the state government schemes as well, particularly towards the homestay segment in our state as well.
Right. Thank you all for joining us in the studios of Akashvani today and sharing so many inputs about this wonderful sector. And on behalf of everyone here, we wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you for having us.